Well, we're off. We've been moored between Salt and Weston for a couple of days. We're off now to Great Haywood. Absolutely lovely mooring. Perfect. The sun came out for a couple of days, which was great. But now it's time to move on. So we'll see you in a bit. Had a little walk around Weston yesterday. Nice place. We were going to move today, but it's such a lovely spot that we've decided not to. Admittedly, the sun's not come out today, but we've decided to walk into Weston instead of taking a boat in. So let's see what we can find out. Well, this particular farmer's clearly got something against trees. He's absolutely massacred them. Still.
Missed one.
But he did miss the one that was overhanging the canal.
Weston.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of Weston. The honesty box with eggs. Looking good. Nice bridge. Hang on. Looking grand. They got a pond, boating lake, and a lovely looking church. Things are looking good. What do you reckon? 6 bananas so far?
Yeah, could be 6 bananas.
Okay, at the moment it's a 6 banana.
The ancient village and parish of Weston was a forest clearing on the outskirts and was part of the Chartley estate, which was sold off in 1904. High ground meant that the surrounding land was well drained with a good water supply from the nearby River Trent. This small settlement was also located at the intersection of the London Lichfield Chester Road and Shrewsbury Stafford Derby Road. The road was from Stafford originally forded the Trent. In the late 18th century, a flood washed away the bridge there. It was later replaced by a single arch stone bridge in the 19th century.
Yeah, so it's a very active village, this one. We've just been speaking to some of the locals. And they've told us that on Sundays they have a five-a-side football team. You've got Team Rector and Team Vicar, and they play every Sunday. They're all hoping to win the Church Cup.
Weston-on-Trent is mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086. In the survey, the village is recorded as being the holding of one of King William's thanes named Spirry, having previously been held by a Saxon named Wolfenholm. There are 2 pubs in the village, the Saracen's Head and the Woolpack. Unfortunately, there are no shops or other convenience stores, but it is a beautiful village to visit.
Marianne's just walked ahead to the bridge. It's a really tight bridge, so she's just gone down to make sure it's clear. So I'll pick her up at the bridge. We had a good look around Weston yesterday. Not a huge amount to see, very pretty village. A couple of pubs. The Woolpack, not the way I remember it in EastEnders. Not EastEnders. Emmerdale. Not the way I remember it in Emmerdale, but there, it was still there. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm just going to tread water in a minute and go slide down and put the camera on. Well, that was interesting. I forgot to put the bow camera on, so I stopped the boat, scurried down the side to put the bow camera on, and the boat started aiming towards the only tree for miles. We're just coming up to Weston, coming up to the bridge that we saw yesterday. We saw two boats nearly have a head on yesterday, so hopefully it's clear. It's early in the morning, it's really early. Well, really early.
So I've come down here to check the way's clear because it's really tight. You've got nowhere to go at all.
Yeah, step out for a moment, she jumps straight in. That's all right, you can steer. I'll do the lock.
I don't mind, I don't like leaving the tiller unattended.
No, I know what you mean. But I'm quite happy to do the lock. Might warm me up a bit. Hey, little boat yard tucked out of the way. The size of the prop on that little one. Looks like it's steam powered or something.
Water level.
It is very high. Bit of oil in the water as well.
Yeah.
I see it sort of bubbling up underneath. That lock gate's hanging on by a wing and a prayer. Yeah, all this.
A lot of oil in the water, isn't there?
I don't know if you can get a picture of that.
Don't know where it's coming from, but
Well,
definitely in the lock. Okay.
okay, we're all good. That was Weston Lock, and lots of oil bobbing around in it. Lots of oil seemed to be being released. That's a shame. It's not enough to ring the CRT, but it's too much. Right, we could do with a little bit of input. We normally keep our videos to about 15-20 minutes because we figure that's the sort of time people have got to sit down, eat their tea and then get on with their lives. Is that enough?
Feedback now and again. Had a very nice subscriber sent me a comment. I've been folding the canopy panels, folding them over and in half, and he told me that it'll put stress on them. So as of today, I've started rolling them. It took me a bit longer. I'll probably get better at it, but yeah, so I'm now rolling the panels.
So whoever you are, mystery subscriber, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, short cruise, Weston to Great Haywood. Beautiful spot, just opposite Great Haywood Marina, not far from the shop or the services. So this will do us till tomorrow, and then we're heading off with our special guest. Catch you later. So we were joined by our friends, but we had a slight issue before we could start cruising. Let's see what happened to us.
Hey, what do you mean you've broken it?
He knew you were coming.
What? I tell you, we've got terrible luck.
We had a slight problem before we set off cruising. The prop shaft had come disconnected from the engine, so Phil had to take the coupling off, unloosen all the nuts, and underneath the engine we found the tab washer and the locking nut which had come loose. So Phil had to pull the prop shaft back, reconnect it, and put the tab washer and locking nut firmly into place. This took about 2 hours, but once he did that, we were able to get on cruising. So all was not lost on that day. So let's get back to our cruising video. At the second lock of the day, Paula and myself stayed on the boat, but Lumpy had full control of our boat with the remote control, so we just sat and enjoyed the ride. We had a quick pit stop on the way just to see how wee May was getting along with her repairs. Paul jumped on board, had a quick look and then jumped back aboard Our Time. So a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Lumsden, aka Narrowboat Natterings. We really had a great day with you. Thanks for coming along with us and we'll catch up with you soon.
Well, excuse me for looking a little bit dishevelled. It's been an emotional day. We were more at Great Haywood last night, Great Haywood Junction, as we had friends coming to meet us. We were going to go on a little cruise. As you do, we pulled onto the water point and all of a sudden we lost all drive, everything. Luckily Marianne was on shore, she pulled us in, picked up the engine boards, and our prop shaft had fallen off the engine. So after a little bit of swearing, jumped down, had a look at it, couldn't figure it out. Luckily there was a couple of guys, there was one of the mechanics from the hire basin there, we'll put the name in wherever they are, and he stuck his head in and had a look and he said, I think there's a nut that's come off the back, which meant that the whole prop shaft can come off and move backwards, so you get no drive. So we got RCR cover, so we thought we'll ring the RCR, and to their credit they picked up really quickly. Spoke to a nice young lady there. She said, I'll get a mechanic to ring you, and true enough, within 10 minutes he'd rung me. We discussed the problem, I sent him a picture. He said basically the same thing as the first guy had said. He thinks that there's a nut come loose, and the only way to do it was to remove the coupling, push the prop shaft back out of the way, clean everything up, put it back together, put the prop shaft back on, job done. And so that's exactly what we did. Our friends turned up, and between us we actually figured out, we got the spanners out, we took the coupling apart, and fair enough, we found the nut, the bearing, everything that was there. So we took it apart, cleaned it all up, put it back together again, checked everything twice for tightness, and then we were on our way. It probably took a good couple of hours, because I'm not a mechanic. I know my way around a spanner set, but I'm not a mechanic. But luckily the guys at RCR were able to point me towards the right thing to do. The guy in the hire basin was able to point me in the right direction, so it wasn't a major problem. I've got to give credit to RCR. A lot of people do knock them, but we rang them. The lady picked up the phone very quickly. She asked what the problem was, all the relevant questions, but she also asked, she sort of said, are you okay for food? Are you okay for, do you need milk or bread or anything, assuming that we were stuck at the side of the canal. And she actually asked if we were okay if we needed some shopping bringing to us if we were in the middle of nowhere and without, which I thought was a really nice touch. Luckily we weren't, but it was really nice for someone to ask. And credit to the mechanic on the end of the phone. We discussed it. He sort of said, look, you know what you're doing, have a go. If you can't do it, call us back and I will come straight out. Luckily things worked out. I was able to put it together again and we were away. But full credit to RCR. I think sometimes they get a bit of a bashing, and in this case it wasn't warranted. They did a really good job. So thanks to everyone. Thanks to the mechanic in the hire basin, RCR. Thank you to Lumpy for holding the camera, so I didn't have to do that as well, and I could just concentrate on bolting things back together. So that's why I'm looking a bit dishevelled. So we didn't actually film much after we got away, because we were so late. We didn't actually film a lot of the journey, so we'll have a few bits and pieces that we can patch something together. But tonight I think we are going out for a curry and a beer, which I'm quite looking forward to. So all in all, a bit of a stressful start to the day, but it's all good now. I went down in the engine bay when we finally landed. We've actually cruised down to Handsacre, which is one of our favourite places to moor. And when we arrived at Handsacre, we quickly put the canopy up because the wind has picked up and it's threatening rain. I think we're going to have a decent storm. So we cruised down to Handsacre, went down in the engine bay, checked everything was still tight, so everything's back together. But it's another lesson on how to maintain your boat. So that was it. Prop shaft fell off. Luckily, nothing worse than that. A few nuts and bolts, a little bit of swearing, dirty hands, and a little bit of time. It's all back together again, and we are mobile. So, bye for now.
Well, that's it for this video. Join us next time as we cruise from Handsacre towards Fradley Junction and beyond, where we go on to new waters for us. So, as usual, thank you to all the new subscribers that we're picking up. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and join us next time for a beautiful sunny day cruise. Bye for now.